Hey guys, here's a quick demo of an app I recently made, and it's called Salad Bowl. It's a guessing game you play with your friends either in person or through a video call, and it's in the genre of apps kind of like charades or heads up. It requires a minimum of 4 people to play, and you can play with as many as people on top of that as well. For the purposes of this demo, I have just 4 simulators popped up just to pretty much show how the game flow works. And this is basically the home screen. So you have the option to create a game, join a game, tells you how to play, and you also have a feedback option as well. So we'll just go right into it and create a game on this first phone. So it prompts you for your name and the words per person. So we'll get into what this is later on, but I'll just put 2 for this right now. And we'll go ahead and create the game.
GS has given me the opportunity to really challenge myself in ways that I never thought that I could be challenged.
Okay, now that the game is done being created, you can now invite players to your game with that specific code. So on the second device, we'll just go ahead and click Join Game and put your name. So for this device, we'll name it B, and now we have the game ID, MFMAO, and we'll go ahead and join. And once you're done joining, you'll be taken straight to the lobby. So I'll just do this quickly for the other 2 devices with device C and device D, and I'll be back. Alright, so now all the devices have pretty much joined in the same game. So on the first host device, we can just say got it, and now we're all in the lobby right now. So basically, we can go ahead and add our words into the salad bowl, and I'll explain a little bit more about how the game works while we're going through the game itself. But you can see how we're waiting on all the words to be submitted. You can see that there's 4 players, and you can get a quick overview of all the players in the game over here. And in the More tab, you can just see how to play the game. You can go straight through all of this, or you can go ahead and just leave the game. So we'll just go back to your words and create words for everyone, and we'll put it into Salad Bowl. So I'll do this really quickly and come back soon. All right, so now all of the words have been added, and you can see that everyone is ready to go. So now the host has the option to continue the game. Once we click on continue, the teams are split up. So now you can see device A and device C are on the same team, and device B and device D are on the same team. So just to make it a little bit easier to understand which team is which, I'll just swap these 2 devices. So now team 2 is on the right side, team 1 is on the left side, and this has A and C and B and D. All right, so we'll just go ahead and click start, which will start the game for everyone. And now this pretty much explains what round 1 is all about. So we'll just go ahead and click got it. And now we're ready to start. So basically, this first phone is the current player. This second phone is on A's team, and these other 2 phones are on the opposite team. So when you click start, you cycle through all of the words that were put into the salad bowl. And in this first round, the point is to get your teammates to guess the word correctly. And in the first round, the only way you can get your team to guess the words correctly is by explaining the word without using the word itself. So I might say, this is a greeting that's commonly used. This is what you say to your friends when you meet them, or something like that. And then your teammate basically has to guess that the word is hello. Once they guess the word, you click next, and you get a point for your team. And you basically continuously go through this until your timer runs out. And if, let's say, I didn't know how to explain this word properly, I can always just pass the word, which will give the other team a point for that word. And now, once the timer pretty much runs out, the turn goes to the next team, and now this first team will just be waiting for the second team to go. So now we can see that device D is now ready to go. So 4 words have already been played. So now we have 4 words remaining in this first round, and we're basically continuing that first round with the explanation. So the current player still has to explain the words as they go through. They can click next, next, as their team guesses the words correctly. They can pass the word as well, and then we can click next. So now all the words have been played once, and now we move on to round 2. So round 2 is basically charades or acting. So we'll click got it for all of these devices. And now you see how the time basically pauses once that round ends, and it continues off for the next round. So we can go ahead and click start, and now you see how this word has already been repeated, but that's what makes the game go a little bit faster for round 2, except that now you're just going to be acting out those words. So now we can just go ahead and click next, 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 pass, and then I'll show you another feature about this game, about the game, is if you go to the Players tab. So over here, you can just see a quick overview of the game and see who's on your team, as well as how many points that player has earned for your team. For every point they get, you get a point over here for that player. But if they pass a point, then it deducts a point because you're technically losing a point by giving one to the other team. So then once this person's turn ends, it goes back to the first team, to someone else that hasn't gone yet for that round, I guess. So then we'll just go ahead and click start, and we can just click next as they get the words right. And then now you're presented with round 3 after you go through the words for the second time. So we can just go ahead and click got it, and we will start the third round. And in this round, you can only use one word to signify the word to your team. So maybe for hello, you might just say greeting, and your teammates have to guess that word. If they can't guess the word after guessing so many times, you might just want to go ahead and pass the word. But this sounds kind of hard, but it shouldn't be super hard just because the words have already gone by twice. So in this third round, you should be able to either remember the words a little bit or pick up on the association from like the passwords or something like that. So we'll just go ahead and finish the game over here. You can go to players, and you can see. Alright, so I guess QuickTime kind of messed up when it was screen recording the final portions of the game. Basically, once you finish that last and final round, round 3, then you're prompted with whether your team won or lost, and then you basically just go back to the home screen. So that pretty much wraps up like how the game works and everything of that sort. You can definitely play with more than 4 players, and I highly recommend playing with more than 4 players just because it's more fun that way. If you want to play the game with your friends, you can click on the link in the description, and in the next video I'll be going over how I made this game with React Native and Firebase and how I got all the screens to be in sync and stuff like that. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. If you have any feedback about the game, feel free to comment down below, or maybe while you're playing the game you can also just click here to give feedback on the game as well. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.